We've all felt the sting of shrinkflation. That moment you realize your cereal box is thinner or your candy bar is shorter. But in 2026, a more deceptive trend has taken over the grocery aisle: skimpflation. As grocery prices continue to rise, major supermarkets are desperate to keep their store brands affordable. To do it, they aren't just shrinking the package. They are quietly swapping high-quality ingredients for cheaper fillers. From watering down olive oil to replacing real cocoa with chocolate flavoring, the quality of your weekly staples is being slashed behind the scenes. Today, we are exposing the 7 major supermarket brands using skimpflation to fight inflation and why your great value might not be such a great deal anymore. What is skimpflation? Unlike shrinkflation, which is easy to spot on the scale, skimpflation is invisible until you taste it. It's the practice of downgrading a product's formula to maintain its price point. The tactic: manufacturers swap butter for palm oil, real juice for concentrate, or even reduce the active ingredients in household cleaners. According to 2026 market reports, nearly 60% of consumers feel that store-brand quality has declined in the last 2 years. While the price on the shelf stays the same, the value of what you're eating is dropping fast.
Now, whether you shop at H-E-B, Costco, or Walmart, inflation, tariffs, and unpredictable weather have turned grocery runs into a budget headache.
Many things cost more these days, and 77% of Americans say they have felt the most significant increase in grocery costs. If you've been food shopping lately, you've probably experienced sticker shock at the checkout.
It's getting to the point where people won't be able to shop anymore.
You have to cut back in order to live.
Be realistic about the week ahead. It might be a good idea to shop for some meals that are good leftovers or can be frozen to avoid overbuying and food waste.
1. Great Value, Walmart. Walmart's Great Value brand is the king of budget shopping, but it's also a primary example of ingredient optimization. The change: shoppers have noted a significant shift in Great Value's dairy and snack lines. Their processed cheese product has seen an increase in whey and water content, making it less likely to melt properly. In their snack cakes and cookies, real sugar is increasingly being replaced by high-fructose corn syrup and cheaper vegetable shortenings to offset the rising cost of sugar and cocoa. The strategy: Walmart is doubling down on automation and AI in 2026 to keep prices low, but when tech can't bridge the gap, the recipe is the first thing to go.
One of the nation's largest retailers says price hikes are coming because of tariffs. We're talking about Walmart, and tonight we're learning what items will soon cost you more and when. Our consumer investigator.
We're here at the Walmart in Troy, and surprised mainly because Walmart, from the beginning of this tariff talk, has said it's really not going to affect prices, but now a change on that.
I think we're not going to be able to eat. We're not going to be able to feed our families a lot because, with the price going up, people got multiple children out here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We can't afford it.
2. Kroger, Heritage Farm, and Smart Way. Kroger has leaned heavily into its Our Brands portfolio, specifically the budget-friendly Heritage Farm and Smart Way lines. The change: these brands are designed to be the floor of pricing. To keep a gallon of milk or a bag of frozen chicken at 2024 prices, Kroger has shifted toward higher-density farming and faster processing. For their frozen breaded chicken, customers are reporting a higher ratio of breading to meat and a spongier texture, a classic sign of added soy protein fillers used to stretch the weight of the meat. 3. 365 by Whole Foods, Amazon. Even at Whole Foods, premium is a relative term in 2026. Amazon's 365 brand is undergoing a sourcing realignment. The change: while Whole Foods touts sustainability, their 365 canned goods and oils are seeing changes. Independent tests have shown that some extra virgin olive oil blends now contain a higher percentage of cheaper, refined oils from multiple regions to keep the price under $10. Additionally, their organic frozen meals are seeing smaller portions of expensive proteins like grass-fed beef, replaced by more rice and pasta fillers. 4. Good and Gather, Target. Target's Good and Gather brand was a massive hit for its clean image, but inflation has forced some compromises. The change: Target is cutting prices on over 3,000 items in 2026 to stay competitive. To afford these cuts, they are leveraging their supply chain, which often means moving away from boutique suppliers to massive industrial ones. Shoppers have noticed that the natural flavors list is growing longer on items like sparkling water and yogurt, replacing the real fruit extracts that defined the brand at launch. 5. Kirkland Signature Costco. This one is a shocker, as Kirkland is usually the gold standard. But even Costco isn't immune to global commodity spikes. The change, with coffee and cocoa prices hitting record highs in 2025 to 2026, Costco's legendary bulk coffee and chocolates have seen subtle shifts. Their house blend coffee has been adjusted to include more Robusta beans, which are heartier and cheaper, mixed with the more expensive Arabica beans. While it still tastes good, the complexity of the flavor is being skimped to avoid a $5 price hike on the tin.
Costco is a retailer that has figured out how to get its customers to pay for the privilege of shopping there. And its members decide the privilege is worth the cost. Costco developed a retail recipe that might have sounded crazy when the company was founded, charging people a fee to allow them to spend money in the store. But it works, in part because Costco is a company that is run very much for the pleasure of its members. While you are there, you can buy a flat-screen TV, a pair of eyeglasses, some gourmet cheese, and a few pairs of sweat socks. You might be astonished at how little each item costs, and yet you might end up spending much more than you planned to.
6. Aldi Private Label Rebrand. Aldi is currently undergoing a massive rebranding, reducing its 90-plus in-house labels down to just 26 core Aldi Originals. The change, while the new packaging looks high-end and minimalist, the consolidation allows Aldi to buy an even larger bulk, which sometimes requires a one-size-fits-all recipe. Fans of their Mama Cozy pizzas and Clancy's chips have noted that as the logo gets shinier, the salt and oil content is rising. Cheaper ways to maintain flavor when more expensive seasonings are cut from the budget. 7. Tesco UK/International. Across the pond, the UK's largest grocer, Tesco, is leading the Save to Invest movement. The change, Tesco is publicly aiming to save £500 million by simplifying its products. This has led to the dilution of their mid-tier ranges. For example, their olive oil spreads have seen the percentage of actual olive oil slashed, in some cases by half, replaced by cheaper rapeseed or sunflower oils. They are keeping the price locked, but they are skimping on the very ingredient that gives the product its name. How to shop smart. So, how do you avoid this skimpflation trap? Read the weight, not the box. Check the net weight, oz or grams, to spot shrinkflation. The first 3 rule. The first 3 ingredients are the most abundant. If water or sugar has moved up the list, the quality has moved down. Third-party apps. Use apps like Bobby Approved or Yuka to see if a product's health score has dropped due to new additives. Have you noticed your favorite store brand snack tasting a little off lately? Let us know which brand you think is skimping the most in the comments. If you want to see which fast food chains are also shrinking their portions, click here. Thanks for watching.